sands of time wait for no one. You possess a modicum of skill. Who are you to overthrow your fate? Retreat, and now you will see true darkness. Accept your fate. What have you done?
Alright, it's time for a build guide, endgame update for the Gemling Legion Spectre build that I've done. This build is solely focused around the Doryani's prototype, which states that enemies in your presence have lightning resistance equals to yours. A normal Doryani's prototype, considering this is double corrupted, also has lightning resistance, does not apply to lightning damage taken. So the initial thought behind this body armor is that you want to have a low lightning resistance into the negatives to spit out damage. The issue with this is that you then need lots of armor applies to elemental damage to mitigate that initial lightning hit. But armor applies to elemental damage is weaker compared to physical mitigation. So as you might see, I have in this case 26,000 armor, which then reduces the incoming damage by 88% against normal white monsters, but only around 78% at 50,000 armor. So this time you might see I have a positive lightning resistance. And it's because I double corrupted his body armor, so that lightning resistance does not apply to lightning damage taken into positive, so that's gone and you get some flat armor instead. So they still have the same lightning resistance to mine, which will result in them having 81 lightning resistance. But positive lightning resistance on enemies is a bad thing, because that means less damage taken. So we invert it by using Rekiata's Flow. Hits with supported skills treat enemies monsters' elemental resistances as inverted, thus counting my positive lightning resistance of 81 into negative 81%. So how do we get to 81%? Well, we have a hardware well for 2%, we have corrupted boots for another 3%, and we have another rare jewel for another +1, resulting in 81%. This tree, as you might see, is kinda split into two halves, and it's because we have a split personality, allowing us to start from Templar starting point. I decided to start from the Templars because, well, more armor applies to elemental damage, and I still need to get up here for more jewel sockets. And it also grants me some extra armor, at least. Our top of a tree is all about damage, so minion nodes galore, and reservation efficiency. Meanwhile, the south of a tree is just for jewel sockets and armor. Armor applies to elemental damage, 1 evasion rating per 1 item armor on the equipped gloves, which results in a 544 armor glove, giving me 544 evasion, which is then also converted into armor. Doryani's prototype is also a armor evasion rating hybrid, thus giving me another 335 flat armor. Amanama's Gaze grants us also 2 armor per 1 spirit, and considering we are spirit stacking with almost 700 spirit, that's another almost 1400 armor. Our helmet, which grants us hell of a lot of spirit, is an evasion based, thus 551 extra armor. This isn't even qualityed, and another 100 armor is possible in this case. We can also get a little bit of presence area effect, and allies in a presence deal increased damage, thus our minions deal increased damage, of course. We want the presence area, considering the enemies in our presence, in this green circle, will have the resistances inverted in this case. We can double the presence radius with Alpha's Howl. You can get even more presence on your Scepter, but that's really expensive. We get a lot of Spirit in this build, in this case 688, just to sustain 24 Spectres. And we get that from our Scepter, Amulet, Ventus Gamble, and Alpha's Howl, together with 3 of Grand Spectrums, with 2% increased Spirit per socketed Grand Spectrum. We have one here, and I believe one there. The jewel on a tree is from nothing to allocate points next to blood magic, just to get more armor, and armor applies elemental damage. Is this a mistake? Maybe. Maybe I'm better off just getting another +1 maximum light resistance minion damage jewel, but I thought more armor applies elemental damage, makes me tankier, thus I wanted that. We have a Prism Belief, a +3 summon Spectre is like 600 divines, and I can't afford that right now, so +2 is just fine. Our mace is just a trench timber just for +2 minions, but a 3-socketed version of this weapon will grant us another 4 to 5 flat spirit as well for giga scaling. The increases reduction to minion attack speed also affects you is pretty funny, considering we can also then use Leap Slam to traverse terrain and jump over enemies blocking our path. It also helps out with the sustain, considering we have a Holy Descent socket into this, placing Sacred Ground for 5% regen. Since we're playing a Gemling Legionnaire, we also get quality of socketed skills grants additional effect, allowing our Spectres to get even more reservation efficiency. The reservation efficiency then allows us to allocate 24 of these minions, and also have 2 free skeletons that we can then sacrifice with Pain Offering. Pain Offering grants us, well, we do the alternate quality, about 75% increased attack and cast speed, and some minion damage. The funny thing is that we can then also socket our Powered Zealots with Valenta's Propulsion, which states that increases our reductions to cast speed also applies to projectile speed, allowing the 75% increased cast speed to just make all of their sparks go incredibly fast and even off screen in some cases. Arctic Armor is also very important. Arctic Armor gets up to 7 stages around level 20, and the alternate quality also grants us 41% increased armor per stage, which means 280% increased armor from that skill gem alone. This causes all of our flat armor from our gear to easily get up to 20,000 plus, for some pretty good mitigation. Bones of Valor is just reservation efficiency. As you might see, we also have reservation efficiency allocated on the amulet for 10% here, and we'll have another 12% here, plus the 41% on the gem itself, allowing each minion to go from a 55 reservation cost. Wait a second, is that 227? As you might also see in the footage, is that our minions are pretty slow, and they will lag behind when you start sprinting or jumping around, allowing you, taking them like a second to respawn. We can circumvent this by swapping weapon, by setting Spectres to 0 on weapon set 2, and then weapon swap them back if you need to move them. If they get stuck in terrain or outside a boss arena or something, it's that easy to move them around. I think that's all I want to showcase in this video. I hope you enjoyed this guide. I really enjoyed this build, considering I got it to level 97 at the moment, and leveling now is very slow. The single target is great, the tankiness is good, the clear speed is serviceable, and am I having fun with the zero visual clarity? Yes. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll put the POB in the description, and I see you in the next one.